Happy Halloween! We're gonna do a spooky sequence that's got some like ghost things, witch things, Batman and vampire things throughout the sequence. You can do it from start to end, and it is gonna be like a warm-up, cool down sort of included. So it's a 30-minute full class. So let's get into it. We are going to get started inside of the hammock. So grab the front edge, and we're going to be sitting in the front edge of the hammock today. Do-do-do-do-do. Leave it on open. And then you're going to take your thumbs in, widen the hands, grab the hammock like 2-3 times, and then step back, press down, and come inside of the hammock into a seat. Cool. Let's take our hands behind the fabric. So shoulders are behind. We'll take a big breath in, sweep the arms out wide into the sky, big breath in, and then clear out your energy, clear out your space, exhale, big wide breath out. Inhale, sweep it up to the sky. Exhale, claiming your energy, exhale. Inhale, becoming centered. Exhale, owning your space. We're gonna take the back edge of the fabric and then take the fingertips all the way inside. And then just feeling a gentle shoulder stretch with the hands pressing into the fabric. You're then going to walk the hands down towards each other. So slide them towards each other, grabbing onto the fabric edge behind you. And then find a little tug between the hands. So tugging the hands and opening up through the collarbones and through the chest, making your lungs more available. Take a deep breath in and breath out. Nice. We're going to take our hands out wide again. And then take that back edge over your head. And if you're wearing a costume like me, we may mess up our hair along the way today. We're going to take both feet inside that hammock edge that is now in front of us. And then we're going to take our big hug. So grabbing underneath the knees, bending through the knees, chin into the chest. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lengthen out the legs. So you can keep holding underneath the knees and then just straighten the legs as much as feels comfortable. Cool. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bending through the knees. Then exhale, lengthening through the legs, thinking that the heels and the butt get further away from each other. Inhale, coming into a little ball. And exhale, fold forward. Good. We're going to lift our heart up over our hips, so releasing the grip around the knees. Grabbing your hammock edge, it's wrapped around your knees, so your butt. And we're going to pull ourselves up and through for a kneeling shape. So you're going to pull up with your hands, bend through the knees and send them all the way through that front edge fabric. And then hands are going to widen as you keep the grip. And we have our first spooky Halloween ghost pose. It's trending on Instagram right now. We can move our hands forward and back like little wings. Woo-hoo. Make ghost noises. And then we're going to come back out. So slide the hands down towards each other again along that hammock edge. Press down so you can get your butt back inside. So you're going back where you came from. And the feet are still out in front. We're going to take an inhale, lengthening through the spine, pull the tailbone back. So it's like you're spilling water through your belly button. You can bend the knees a little bit to find your pelvis. And then right hand's going to go out along the outside of the left piece of the fabric. And left elbow is going to go behind you as you find a little twist. Cool. Let's take an inhale here, lengthening through the spine. And an exhale. Inhale, come back through center. You can reach both hands up. Move all that hammock that's sort of in the way over to the other side. So your left hand can go around the outside of the right pole. And then right elbow goes behind you. So you can inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Coming back through center, both hands reaching up. This time we're going to move ourselves into a standing shape. So grab that hammock edge that's wrapped around the booty, and then you're going to move your hips up as you keep lengthening through the body. So the arms stay straight, it's just the hips are going to lift, and you'll look back behind you. Nice. And then you're pulling yourself up to standing. So knees are going to go through the middle of the fabric that's over the feet, and hands go wide again for our second spooky ghost shape. And we make our ghost noises again. Ooh, mine are pretty terrible. We're going to take it into a Superman next. So keep grabbing that hammock edge. It's in the hands behind you. Move your hands through the middle. So you can take all of the hammock out in front. You can go to kneeling, walk the hands. You can pretend you're a gal, not girl, gal. I don't know if my accent's doing that very well. And we do Superman, flying on our belly, all the way down on the belly. We're going to go onto our back, so slide onto the side of the body, and then all the way around onto your back. As you make your way onto your back, we're going to reach up our hands, grab that hammock edge that's closest to you, pull yourself up into a seat so heart lifts over the hips. Release the hammock away from the shoulders, so shoulders and head are out, and then we're sliding down into our inverted cobra. And we can keep hanging onto the hammock with the hands here. You could also take the back of the hands to the ground to help trust, or we can make it spooky, like a skeleton, palms on the ground, elbows bent. You can do weird head things. Cool. If you want to, you can keep your hands off, or you can grab back onto the hammock for more support. You can also look and see your feet as they slide wide and wrap around the outside, hooking the toes in the middle. Hopefully your hammock is higher than mine. If you're wearing costumes, we're going to see the ribs. We're just going to see what's underneath the costume. Let's take a deep breath in and breath out. Cool. We're going to take our right leg off and then bend through the knee and grab onto your foot. We can kick into the foot, opening through the shoulder. The glute gets a little bit of a workout. And then bring that right foot back on, hooking it around the outside through the middle. And then the left foot comes off. Get the hammock off the foot, bend through the knee, and it's sort of like out wide. So our body starts to turn a little bit in the opposite direction. Kick, kick, kick. And then bringing that left foot back on. And then looking up, reach up, grab the hammock behind the knees, release the feet, come all the way up into a seat. You can fold forward here for a moment if you feel a little dizzy from being upside down. And then we go into our inverted bow pose. So lifting heart and head up when you're ready. And then grabbing that closest edge. Head goes all the way back down. This time the feet are out. We grab onto both feet at the same time. I like to grab my ankles and flex my toes so I've got something to grip onto. And then you kick into the hands and open through the shoulders and chest. Take a deep breath in and out. Releasing your feet, looking up, reach up and pull all the way up into a seat again. We're going to take our hammock around our shoulders, so find the hammock edge. Let's wrap around the shoulders. And then you can take your head inside or you can keep your head outside. And then walk your feet inside of the fabric. Walk them so you're pressing them to make a little blanket over the legs. So we have our blanket that's over the knees. And then you're going to take the head out if it's inside and wrap the top of the shoulders into the fabric. Option here for a couple of different hand grips. You can take the palms forward, grab onto the hammock edge so you see your 4 fingers, and rotate the hands away. That's going to be more safer shoulder encapsulation. You can also take the palms to the toes so you can see all of your hand. But just be careful that the shoulders don't fall out. For safety, let's take the thumbs inside, grab the hammock edge, and rotate the hands away today. We're going to take our feet up to the sky, so through the middle. And then we're coming into vampire, so you're going to lift the hips up over the shoulders. You can help use your hands to help lift. Make sure the shoulders are still inside. If they're not, come back in and re-encapsulate them. And then the hips are going to go towards the ground as you look towards the ground. Keep the core engaged, so don't dip into the lower back here. You can even take weight into the knees if the hammock's over the knees still, to help you sort of keep engaged. Cool. Let's come back into a Batman. So the hips are going to lift back up over the shoulders like a plow shape, and then the feet are going to go up to the sky. If you're still working on balance, bend the knees, find the edges of the feet against the edges of the fabric, and then slide the feet up, so soles of the feet to the sky, as the feet stay connected so you know where you are in space. If you feel like you're pretty good, you can bring the feet together and practice balancing. Cool. So this is our Batman. So we get to decompress the neck here and the shoulders. Option to keep playing with your balance. Or we could take our feet into a split. So bend one knee into the chest so the foot can come out of the fabric. And then we're going to take that right foot forward and left foot back, and the hands are going to help you balance here as well. Ideally, we want to find a flat split sort of shape, so you may need to lower the back foot a little bit more, and then you can stag the legs bending through the knees. Cool. To get the right foot back inside, left foot's going to lift up, maybe find the edge of the fabric, and then try and get that right foot inside. If it doesn't get in, that's fine. And then we're going to do the other side. So left knee into the chest, and then we split it. So one leg forward, one leg back. Try and lower that back leg a little bit more. And then bend through the knees, stagging the legs. Nice. And then we're going to come back inside of the fabric. So lift that back foot up, and then lower through the hips, and lower through the feet. Let's bring the head inside for a moment, just to recalibrate everything. So everything's laying inside. I'm going to fix my costume because it is just everywhere. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's reset. All right. When you feel ready, let's grab that hammock edge again. We're going to take our head outside of the hammock again. So pull up, head and shoulders come out. Finding a twist this time, so go halfway. So we're reaching up with the hands and go halfway with the shoulders and the head. So they're kind of just above the hips, kind of almost in line. That's going to keep the hammock in place. We're going to take our right leg up to the sky, through the middle, and then it's going to hook behind the knee on the left pole. Our left hand is going to reach up and find the right pole, nice and high. The lower your hand grip is, the heavier it is in the hand grip, so reach up higher if you feel like you need extra support in the hand grip. And then we're going to start to find a twist. So bend the hammock leg, the one that's behind you. Maybe you take it into the hand, and then you could kick and rotate through the hips a little bit more. So right hip could lift up. Cool, let's take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Release the foot. Right hand's going to grab right pole, and then right knee, and left hand's going to grab left pole. Right knee is going to hook around the outside of that right pole. And then we're going to open up with our right arm. So same knee is hooked, as same hand is letting go. Cool. Looking up, reach up and grab both sides of the poles with both hands, and then pull yourself up so you come into like a little seat. Nice. Take a moment, let the blood flow, recalibrate. All right, so we're gonna, the pole that's in front of us, we're gonna grab all of it with our hands. We can bend through our hammock leg, which is our back leg right now. So grab all the poles in our both hands, or front pole in our hands, oh my gosh. Right leg's coming to the ground, and then we're gonna turn towards our hammock. So the hammock should be in front of us. And then we've got an outer pole, and we've got an inner pole. We're grabbing onto the inner pole. We keep this left knee bent so we can control the fabric and keep it up the thigh. If it straightens out, typically you'll go into your foot and it'll fall down the leg. But we're gonna take weight into our hand grip. So really sitting into our hammock leg and our hand grip, and right foot's gonna float off the ground. Right foot's gonna fan kick all the way in the middle of the fabric. So right foot kicks through. We can hook the knee. And then if you find it trouble sitting up here, you're gonna press down into this right knee and pull up with the hands. So we can take the shoulders all the way through. And then we have this like witchy shape. And we can bend through the knee. We can straighten the leg. If you have more hammock height, you could do it another time. So spiraling up to 3 times, or just a couple of times. It's gonna get more and more tight and uncomfortable the more you go up. This is kind of like a witch shape. We can do one more little thing here. We can grab with our right hand, so our front shoulder can go around the front of the hammock and grab the back piece. It's sort of like where our toes are in the hammock. And then take that hand, elbow's gonna move to the back. Elbow's eventually gonna move to the back. You need to switch it in the hand grip. And then we take a reverse grip overhead. So we keep gripping onto the hammock. And we got this other shape we can play with. Shoulders come back through the middle. Release the back edge. We're gonna come out by turning towards our wrapped leg. So hands grip, hips move to the back, free leg moves to the back and all the way back to the ground. Grab the edges that are closest to you. Leg is going to straighten out, so we're turning towards our hammock, towards the back of the space. To get ourselves back inside of the fabric for the other side, we're going to slide the hammock down underneath the hammock knee, reach back up, and drop the hips a little bit so that they're below your foot, so you can get the other leg, the free leg, inside of the hammock. And then you can lift the hips up, look behind you, and get the hips inside. Come all the way back inside, so head and shoulders are inside, and everything is laying down inside of the hammock again. For our corpse pose. Take a moment here, recalibrate. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. And we're ready for the other side. Reaching up, grab the hammock edge, lifting up into a seat. And then bring the shoulders and head out. So the other side, which means we're going left now. So left leg is going to go up through the middle. Left knee hooks onto the right pole. And then right hand's going to grab the opposite pole, so right to left. And then the hammock leg, so our right leg is going to bend, and we can grab the foot. We can find a twisty shape here. If we kick into our hand and drop the head down a little bit, we can get into the chest and the shoulders. And then releasing the foot, hands grab both sides. And then the left knee is going to hook around the left pole, left hand releases, and we stretch and open the other way. Coming back on, look up. And then left foot stays around the outside. Reach up higher with the hands, you can climb. And then come into a seat. Shoulders are going to stack over the hips. We're going to grab all of the pole that's in front of us. And then that right leg, the hammock leg, is going to bend and keep it bent. Left foot comes to the ground. And we're going to turn almost like 180 degrees. So we're facing our hammock. Hands are gripping the pole that's closest to you. We're going to float. So take weight into the hands and into the hammock leg, floating that free foot. Free foot's going to fan kick through the middle of the fabric, and our shoulders are going to follow that foot to stack over the hips. You can keep it close to the belly here. You can straighten or bend the free leg. You can also push it away for a different shape. And then we can also find a little hammocky shape on the other side as well. So we grab, this way. So grab with the left shoulder this time. Grab that back piece of the fabric, bring it to the front pole so you have a different shape here. Sometimes it looks better when you've got higher fabric to play with. And you can release. And then shoulders to the front. Shoulders to the back because we're going towards the wrap leg. And then free leg comes all the way out into the ground. I'm going to come back inside of our fabric. So straightening the leg. If you want to do it with floating, so not touching the ground, it's not touching or repositioning the hammock, you would slide the hands down so the hips lower. And then the free leg can come in. Hips go up. So you can get them inside. And the hammock goes over the head. And you come lay down all the way inside of the fabric again. Let's take a couple of moments here. Nice long deep breaths. And we'll take a big good morning stretch and then wave the body from side to side like a wriggly worm or a caterpillar. And then coming back to stillness. Reaching up, grab onto the hammock edge. Take your head outside, shoulders are inside. And then we're finding the very edge of the hammock around the shoulders. Looking up again. We're going to take the hands up, grab the hammock edge. It's wrapped around the shoulders. Feet are going to widen, wrap around the outside. And then lift the hips up over the shoulders. So restorative Batman. And the more you press your hips and your heart forward, the more you can sort of decompress through the neck and the shoulders. If it feels uneven, You can always bring the hips down and reset. Typically, the less amount of hammock you have around the shoulders, the more comfortable it is. And then your hands can just relax. I have them on my inner thighs. Take one more breath in and breath out. And then bring your hips back down into the fabric. Release the feet back inside. Then bring the head back inside as well. And take a moment here, letting the blood flow come back to neutral. And then reaching your hands up. We're going to pull ourselves up into a seat. Feet are still inside. We're going to turn ourselves to one side, so you can do right or left. I'm doing right. We're going to press the hammock that's closest to us away. And then we're going to take our closest leg to that side. So if I'm pressing the right pole away, I'm going to take my right leg to go all the way through. You can reach up and pull up. So foot is going to come into the other edge. And it looks really graceful, as you can see. So we have a foot in each edge of the fabric. Widen through the legs, straddle. Notice if your spine is curving, it feels uncomfortable. You can always reach up and pull up so that your hips are underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to close and open through the legs. So closing straight legs and opening straight legs. Kind of like butterfly wings. And then open through the legs. And then bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Pull the tailbone back a little bit so you find the length through the crown of the head. And take a full body breath in and a full body breath out. With your hands, you're going to release your feet outside of the fabric. So bring one foot at a time out and let the hammock go underneath the knees. So the feet are going towards the ground, bent through the knees. We have another spooky shape here if we want to play with it. Roar. And then we're going to take the pole that's in front of us, grab it with both hands, push it away with both hands, and then take one foot through halfway. Right foot is I'm going to take it into my hand and then go halfway. So you've got this like pigeon pose figure 4 shape. We can lean back into the fabric. And again, you can always reposition the spine at any point by grabbing onto the back pole and pulling yourself up so you can slide the hips underneath the heart. If this is too much, you can always push the pole away. The further the leg is from the chest, the easier it is. The closer it is, the more sensation you might feel. We'll take one more breath in and breath out. And then we're going to go the other side. So take that right foot, bring it back where it came from, grab all of the pole in front of you, push it away. And then left foot, or whatever the other side is for you, goes halfway. And we're thinking that the shin bone is sort of parallel with the ground. You can always reposition the spine. And we're holding here for a couple more breaths. Pushing away for less sensation, hugging it closer for more sensation. Take 2 more breaths. Last breath in and out. And gently releasing. We'll take both legs to the front. So we're meeting in our starting shape in a seat. And we'll seal our practice together. You can take thumbs to heart center or over the heart, honoring the energy of Halloween. Halloween, where the bridge between the 2 worlds, so the unseen world, becomes more available. A lot of spiritual energy a lot of yeah, remembering the people who have come before us, and a lot of connection to where we've come from, facing all of the fears that we might have throughout our days inside of us, and sort of just practicing that bridging between two worlds. So whatever that means for you, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. If you did like this live class, or you would like to do more live classes with me, I do have a membership platform that's called Aerial Yoga Life TV. I'm going to link that down below. But yeah, thanks so much for coming. I'll see you soon. Bye.